On November 17th, 1978, CBS released the Star Wars Holiday Special. Directed by Steve Binder, it was the first Star Wars spin-off set in between the events of A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, and received minimal input from George Lucas beyond the idea to focus it on Chewbacca's family. Lucas was not happy with the final product, and the film was universally lambasted by critics, viewers, and Star Wars fans alike. It was never re-aired and never released on home video. Yet aspects of it survive into the new Star Wars canon, with Chuck Wendig's Aftermath trilogy reintroducing Chewie's wife and son. Solo, a Star Wars story referencing Chewie's father, and even The Mandalorian mentioning the Wookiee holiday of Life Day. Life Day is like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the winter solstice all rolled up into one holiday, and even to this day, fans celebrate it on November 17th, the anniversary of the holiday special's release. So in time for the holidays, Star Wars has come out with the Life Day Treasury, 8 stories about various holiday events and occurrences around the Star Wars universe taking place in different time frames. The book says that it's meant for ages 8 through 12, but I would argue that it's really an all ages book. Children could read it, adults could read it, but probably children are going to get more enjoyment out of it. So with 8 stories, obviously some might resonate with you and some might not. In my case, I really enjoyed 3 of the stories. Old Hope, which is set on Tatooine after Revenge of the Sith before A New Hope, and follows droids stuck in a Jawa sandcrawler who are hoping for the appearance of the Oil Bringer. The Cruel Look, which follows Wicket the Ewok and his friends as they endeavor to venture out at night and hunt a mythical creature. And fans of the Ewok cartoon will be pleased to see that a lot of the characters from the cartoon make a reappearance here. And finally, I really enjoyed The Tree of Life, a story set after Return of the Jedi, which followed Chewie's family's preparation for Life Day, and in particular, Chewie and Mala's son, Lumpy, now known as Waru, who is definitely going through a teenage moody phase. When I originally saw the Life Day Treasury, I thought it was going to really focus on the High Republic period, but only the first story is set then. Most of the other ones are set either in the period in between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope or during the Rebellion years. Really, the latest story we get is The Tree of Life, set after Return of the Jedi, and there's nothing even remotely heading towards the sequel trilogy. They all focus on different Star Wars holidays, so not just Life Day, but the Coruscant solstice and other celebrations. Some of them are integrated into the story better than others. Like, I would argue that the second to last story, Reflection Day, sort of has a thrown-in romance subplot, which, since these stories are short, there's not enough time for it to develop. And in stories like Psalm of Winter's Heart, which is about Alderaanians after the destruction of Alderaan, I really didn't like how the Imperial Alderaanians and the Rebel Alderaanians were depicted as fighting the same fight and doing the same thing, because the Imperials are part of the evil empire. They're obviously wrong. But it did also give me some feelings of the Christmas armistice that happened at World War I. So I think it's definitely worth checking out to see which stories you enjoy, which ones you don't. And that's the beauty of short story collections, that there usually is something in there for everyone. And finally, the illustrations by Grant Griffin are really lovely. I will put a link down in the description box to an album of all the illustrations together. I thought they were really well done and a nice addition to these stories.